It's a windy city right now here at the Eifel. Hello and very warm welcome to the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship from the three voices of truck racing. This is Chas Dracom. Welcome very much our commentator Linde van der Maas, host, and me, Christina Run, also hosting this event here in the Eifel at the Nürburgring, the great ADAC Truck Grand Prix 36th edition of this massive event. And of course, you've been a banner right now. Thank you very much for holding this up. We do see a lot of tradition. This is the original poster. We need to be careful in the wind with it. From 1986. And also you can see Tom Astor was also performing already then. And he had a great performance here on main stage on Friday. And you can see some details. I mean, look at these amazing trucks. And of course, it is white smoke. White smoke was okay. Black smoke, no rule. Please. We do not see any black smokes because we do reduce all of the emission, of course, to our legendary H2O biodiesel. Thank you, Lina.
Oh, you're welcome. Hello from my side as well. It's actually being a pleasure. Being a walking poster.
Absolutely.
And there's like Truck Stop on it. I don't know if you happen to know this band. They're still pretty known in Germany. Do you happen to know Truck Stop, Chas?
I've heard the name before, yeah.
Are you dancing to the music of Truck Stop, maybe?
Always dancing to the music of trucks. It's fantastic. It's great fun down there at the
I'm pretty sure they were dancing down at Mühlbachschleife because this is where all the fans are hanging out, having a wild party for all over the weekend.
Well,
so.
I've left my voice down there actually for today as well.
What's going on with your face, by the way? Because normally you can hear him, you cannot see him, and today I'm really wondering what's going on with his face.
Yeah, I joined in with the autograph session earlier on, quite literally actually. Jamie Anderson started the fun by deciding to sign my forehead. He was then followed by Sasha Lenz on the left cheek, John Newell on the right cheek, and then Norby right on the back of the head. So they got me good, but it's part of the fun here. You know, it's a fantastic event to be a part of. I really embrace all of the fun of this championship. I love my job. I love being a part of this. And why not? You know, it's a good laugh, isn't it? And that's why we're all here.
And afterwards, tattoo studio with this signing?
Well, apparently Franz Stahlberg from the FIA has got some lovely brake cleaner and a metal brush lined up for me, so I'm going to have to see how my afternoon goes, I suppose.
Did you bring a pen for us as well, so we can just draw a little more on this body?
Unfortunately not. Teo Calve even offered a pen up as well before he was walking the grid with his dad, but yeah, the mural has now been completed, I think it's safe to say.
So
thank you very much. Up to your booth, please. We're going to hear
that way. See you later.
We're going to hear your voice, and we do turn around. Oh, you folded it up. That's really good in the wind, because we want to show you the Krone Mission Record Run e-trailer. Absolutely fantastic. It's been running here on track, and as you can see, it's an e-axle. This recovers braking energy throughout the recuperation. The battery is sufficient for more than 500 kilometers of distance. So this is really a massive step to the future, isn't it, Lina?
Absolutely, and I really love the mix of all the different varieties of how a truck can move these days. I really love the design of this truck. It's like very outstanding when you come down here. Like you immediately can see that truck, but you cannot hear it that much anymore. So, and then afterwards, when everybody's like turning on the engine and the race is starting, it's a very nice mix of everything. I really like it.
Absolutely futuristic. We could see the whole trailer. So there's a lot of space in it for all the industry to get all things of the road for the road haulage industry. This is absolutely futuristic.
Shall I tell you what they're doing on Truck Grand Prix over here? Because I had a sneak peek. Maybe later on I might go over to the fans and have a look there. But it's not really transporting stuff when the Truck Grand Prix is on or when the European Championship is on. It's more like they're turning this into a bar, into a disco, into a bed, into a bathroom. I have seen all kind of things, and I really love how it's like a rolling home, actually. I think also for most of the drivers, because they're like constantly sitting in this race truck. So it's like not only having a house or an apartment, it's also about owning a truck.
Absolutely, it is, and we may be entering right now, have a sneak peek then after later on, but right now we do also focus on the very last race of this massive event here at the Eifel. So if you turn around, we could see, of course, the F-Max. You've been into the F-Max also, and of course the absolutely legendary Iveco Pace truck, also bio-LNG powered. So from this new techniques to the other techniques to the biofuel up there in the grid. So we are really ready to start right now. What are you looking forward for the last race?
Well, I love they had to change again positions, because this is like the big game when it comes to this European Championship. 2 times qualifying, super pole, 1 race, and then the switch after the race. This is why Hahn also is more in the front, having been in the back. Steffi Hahn is quite in the front. So Jochen Hahn, for my surprise, is somewhere in the middle this time. So maybe we can find out what has been happening to him this weekend and why he did not kick as much as he normally does. So yeah, there has been a lot of stuff going on, and this might be quite an interesting race just because of the setup as it's starting right now.
Yeah, and if Chaz is already in his booth, we need to talk, of course, to our directors. Then we can give up to him, because we want to see the back of the field, of course, and we're trying to walk backwards. We could all do that. Our cameraman Mike is walking forward, and we're looking forward to this race number 1. The leader of the pack is still Norbert Kirsch. Of course, he was very, very dominant in this race
Holy
weekend.
shitballs. He got a 10-second punishment, you know, and some people really get mad, they make mistakes at the race, and he was like, 10 seconds, I will drive even faster, and I will get the 10 seconds back, and he did, and he still was in first place, and I was like, that's such a strong mindset. I'm super astonished about him and his racing style.
Yeah. In less than 10 seconds, Chaz was able to enter his booth, so he was going to provide, you know, with the highlights of the last race.
Yes, thank you very much, ladies. Fantastic fun to be a part of this, as you have all witnessed at the start of this broadcast. So, the previous race, which of course happened yesterday afternoon, was the 3rd race of the weekend. Qualifying set the grid earlier in the day. It was a bit of a different day yesterday, actually, having a race, then qualifying, and then another race. It was certainly a different format to what we're used to. We threw up some very interesting challenges for our drivers and teams. It was Norbert Kirsch and Sascha Lenz on the front row of the grid, and a very interesting first couple of corners, to say the least. Norbert Kirsch having a little bit of damage after making a big lock-up into turn 1. Erwin Klein-Nagelvoort falling by the wayside down at turn 5. We think he had some steering issues after that contact that ultimately took him out of the race. The battles continued all the way through the pack, though, as Norbert Kirsch continued to get a big, big lead and disappeared over the horizon once again, with Sascha Lenz chasing him down and Antonio Albacete in there as well, setting some very, very quick times on his way to chase down the German in front of him. There was a few damaged trucks out and about, and some certain big, big sends, a bit of argy-bargy with Jose Eduardo Rodriguez and Mark Taylor in the latter stages in their battle for the Promoters' Cup. Said Promoters' Cup would be won by Lucas Hahn in the end, after another dominant performance by him. Great pace from the young German all weekend here at the Nürburgring. But Norbert Kirsch was once again untouchable at the front, and the number 1 machine from Revace Racing took the checkered flag ahead of Sascha Lenz and Antonio Albacete. And even still, Jochen Hahn provided some great entertainment with some of the drifting. This is the circuit we're on for this weekend. Not the full Grand Prix circuit here at the Nürburgring. We actually stop down at turn 5 and turn right, go back on ourselves then towards Bilstein Curve, and it is a track of 2 halves, as I've been saying this weekend. Very tight and twisty technical first section, and then the very average high speed or high average speed section towards the end of the lap. There's a hell of a lot going on around this circuit. There's not really much of a break, to be honest, other than the start-finish straight. And drivers have a lot to think about with balancing the inertia of their machines and the momentum in that Mercedes arena. The trucks, admittedly, not very well suited to that sort of part of the track, but that's what's great to watch because it's a big challenge for them. We now look at the grid, though, in the beautiful sunshine here at the Nürburgring. Much better than it was yesterday. It was a little bit on and off yesterday. There was a very sudden rain shower for about 10 minutes. It absolutely bucketed it down with rain and then suddenly stopped, and it was very beautiful conditions after that. But again, this is the Eifel region at the Nürburgring, and you never know what you're going to get weather-wise. It can be beautiful, it can be snowy, it can be foggy, wet, whatever, but it's still a great, entertaining venue to be at. And of course, we're going to have our reverse grid race in a moment. We'll go over the grid and stuff soon. In a few moments, we're going to be welcoming our international TV viewers from all around the world. So we're just going to take a few seconds just to go silent. We'll bring in our graphics, and then we'll welcome said TV viewers from all over the world.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the famous, the fabulous It's the 88th Truck Grand Prix. Hello and welcome to all our international viewers around the globe. We're here at the heart of the Nürburgring. This is grid time right now. We're so excited. The last race of the weekend. Slightly changed schedule, of course, today. We do have one highlight for you, which is race number 4 with a reverse grid. Lucas Hahn starting from the front row and Andre Kursum side by side. And we're going to see just in a couple of seconds who's going to win. But there's lots of things that you could see around the IDRC Truck Grand Prix. Of course, Saturday evening providing you with lots of highlights. You can see right now the fabulous firework. This is so legendary. You can see the Müllenbach-Schleife lined up with all the trucks, from really cool decorated monster trucks up to other trucks, the whole family businesses. They're so excited. The moment is now. That's the motto that was unveiled with the fireworks. And we're so glad that we could be here again with everyone in the Müllenbach-Schleife. And this is Lena van der Maas, ladies and gentlemen, also face of the Goodyear FIA ETRC. Welcome. And you have a Dutch background, so this is why you can maybe go to Evan Klein-Nagelfort.
Yeah, hello from my side. And yes, Evan, he's the only Dutch racer in this field, and my family lives in the Netherlands. So I was like, okay, let's go say hi and find out why he's starting from the back, because I think it's really a pity. I really would like to see him more in the front, but you never know. Hey Erwin, mooie kennis te maken. Dina, heb je 5 minuten of 3 minuten? Okay, so what's going on? I will just show the world famous Dutch race car driver or truck driver, but I wanted to see you more on the front. What has been going on this weekend?
This weekend for me is, yesterday I had problems with the steering, but the first race was perfect for me. So I hope that I could do it again.
So for you, the Nürburgring is quite close compared to the other racetracks. Do you come here secretly and do other races, or are you a fan of the Nürburgring itself?
I started here. I started in the past with the go and stop for the work trucks. And then for hobby I made the old race truck also for that. And then you go further. So it is eigenlijk... in Holland we don't have that much truck race, but the Nürburgring is always our first.
You have more rally in Nederlands and Formule 1 and stuff like that. Zeg nog iets in Nederlands voor de Nederlandse mensen die nu aan de kijken zijn.
In Nederland is het nog te weinig. We hebben wel het DTR, de Hollandse meesterschap. Maar die kunnen we in Nederland niet rijden. Dan hebben we 2 races, in Lausingsring en in Zolder straks. Daar ga ik ook in, dus het is gelijk met de FIA. En dan hoop ik dat ik daar goede punten kan scoren.
Okay, so there are not enough championships yet in the Netherlands, only 3 races in total, 3 races. So he's hoping for more over there. They are like more focused on other sports. But I really wish you good luck. Go kick ass and go catch these guys in front of you. See you later. Thank you. So that's been Erwin in the back. Christina, back to you. There are more guys waiting, maybe for another interview.
If you would like to join me, I think that's very interesting. We want to start from the back of the grid because, you know, Jochen Hahn, 6-time champion, he also told me you cannot win if there are those guys and girls in the back helping you out. This is very cool because this is one truck family and we try to keep going. Maybe, Chaz, you can help us out with a couple of more meters and I would try to talk to Clemens Hecker. Absolutely. So let's have a run. It's just a go and stop because we are here at Clemens Hecker's truck. Hello and welcome and congratulations. You won another trophy yesterday, the famous, the fabulous go and stop victory. It was to this truck, to Clemens Hecker and all the team. How did you enjoy that?
Ja, das war wunderbar. Hier der Nürburgring ist immer wieder einzigartig. Go and Stop haben wir damals schon mit den Oldtimern mitgemacht, dann mit dem Rennwagen. Der zweite Platz war schon cool, aber gestern das Ding nach Hause zu fahren war richtig gut. Vor allen Dingen hinterher unten in der Müllenbach-Schleife, was da los war, unglaublich.
So you said it's absolutely historic, this battle here at the Go and Stop. And last year he was competing also with a race truck, because yesterday was obviously the race trucks competing and he gained 2nd place. And this year it was the win. And then afterwards, of course, the party at the Müllenbach-Schleife. He said it's absolutely legendary, fabulous. So it's the last race for this weekend. What are you hoping for?
Ja, mal gucken, wie weit wir kommen. Ich sag mal, die Abstände sind verdammt eng. Und ich hoffe, dass ich die Position halten kann, vielleicht noch ein bisschen nach vorne rutschen, gucken, dass alles heile bleibt und dann sehen wir uns wieder in der Tschechei.
So you said, yeah, he's going to stay out of trouble, of course. This Minna needs to go home safely, and he's trying to be in this position. Because, you know, this weekend for him it was, he standed one time in the gravel due to aquaplaning, but one time also on the podium. So it was up and down, and he wants to end up this race, of course, with a high up to your chest.
Thank you very much, Christina. Yes, it was a fantastic spectacle yesterday watching the go and stop competition in the evening. There was a lot of drivers from the French Truck Racing Championship there as well. And Heinrich Clemens-Hecker was certainly flying the flag and did a great job in taking the overall victory. It's a very fun event, is that? And so is the whole thing here at the Nürburgring. Honestly, it really brings a smile to my face being here in this gorgeous part of the world. One of the most legendary circuits, if not the most legendary circuit in the world, with such a great championship and beautiful people. So here is our Ford F-Max making its way around the circuit. This is part of our partnership with Ford Trucks, as you see there, beautifully done by our cameraman. I love that. And this gorgeous orange and black machine, this absolute beast of a machine, is going to be doing all of the inspection laps for the championship, basically circulating just to make sure that there's no debris, no spillages, anything untoward on the surface that could affect the race. We're just going to quickly nip down to Christina again.
Yes, we do remember last night, of course. It was legendary at the Nürburgring. But there's not only much party going on at nighttime, also during daytime. There's lots and lots of things to see. And Lena van der Maas went there.
So this is a very special fan zone down at the Müllenbach-Schleife. And you can tell, like, even from the smallest, there's already a lot of fun to be driving a truck. I'm not destroying this one. I took it from the smallest on there, who just went down to her brother, who looks like he might be driving trucks in the future, maybe even race trucks, you never know. And I really, really appreciated that everybody is like having the fun, enjoying along. Come on, go, 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 go. I help you, I help you. And it's also getting really artsy-fartsy over here. Look at these trucks, and I'm really driving the highway many, many times a year, and I really wish I would see more of those trucks because they're really amazing. Are you having fun? Geil! Woo! So you can tell the fans are really having a good time. I'm also having a good time because there's so many really beautiful tracks. So I will walk around a little more, but back to you guys for now and back to the racing track.
Thank you very much, Lena. Yeah, it's an absolutely amazing place to be, is the Müllenbach-Schleife. I said yesterday, it's like walking through a city, but instead of skyscrapers, it's just trucks because they tower over you either side of the circuit. There's lights and horns and fireworks and music. Everybody having a good time down there, like our fans up there in the grandstand, soaking up the sunshine and enjoying themselves trackside ahead of the final race of the weekend here in the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. This is going to be race number 16 of the season, and it's going to be the one that signifies our halfway point in the championship, which is quite an important one. So everybody knows now that suddenly there's a lot less time left to go. Coming up after this race meeting on the 26th and 27th of August, we go to Most in Czechia. We then go to Zolder in Belgium on the 9th and 10th of September, 2 weeks later, and that is going to be a belter as well. Zolder's always good fun. Le Mans in the 23rd and 24th of September in France, and then back-to-back for the end of the season again, because a week after that, we go down to Madrid and head to Jarama for the final race of the season, as we have done for the last couple of seasons. Jarama is such a great place to finish the championship. However, we all understand that the biggest event of the year is this one, the International ADAC Truck Grand Prix, and the headline act, of course, here, our beautiful championship with these amazing trucks all ready to go. So let's have a look at us a grid, shall we? Be good if Chaz could speak English when he did that. We've got Jamie Anderson starting on pole position, looking very good indeed from where he is right now. He took a couple of overall race wins last season, and he's definitely one of the drivers in the box seat to do it here. He's got Andre Kurzim alongside him on the front row in that bright yellow number 11 Don't Touch racing machine. I've become more acquainted with a lot of the Don't Touch Racing team, actually, over the course of the weekend. They're a very, very fun group of people. I've just not had the chance to spend as much time with them as with a couple of other teams over the campaign. So it's great to finally meet some of them as well. And they've got a bit more support out here at the Nürburgring. Speaking of support here at the Nürburgring, the man that won race 2 here last year in a very emotional scene is Lucas Hahn, and he's going to be on the second row of the grid. We'll speak about the rest of the grid in just a moment while we appreciate our gorgeous Iveco S-Way bio-LNG powered machine that leads the field round. This is the pace truck of the Goodyear European Truck Racing Championship. You can see those massive bio-LNG tanks down the side. It's an easy way to identify them compared to a usual diesel-powered one. Basically, on the highway that you'll see, keep an eye out for them, though. It's a striking piece of equipment, and this specification as well is a real stunner. The interior in this thing is great, and the driver's not too bad behind the wheel either. Our very own beloved Frank the Tank. He's a great, great guy and a very good driver as well. He's taken me around many a funny lap in that thing where I've been thrown around the cabin, but I tell you what, it's certainly worth the ride. It's really good fun. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it at Poznan because one of the bridges was that low. It was a bit risky to try and run the pace truck under it at full pelt. So we had to use the smaller Iveco Daily, which has been doing some of these sighting laps at the start of the day over the course of the weekend. Look at the scenery there in the background. It's absolutely stunning here. Here's your grid then. Jamie Anderson and Andrei Kurzim on the front row, as mentioned. Joining them near the front of the grid in third place is Lucas Hahn. He's got Steffi Halm alongside the two Iveco drivers, both looking to go well, especially with their Iveco friend Andrei Kurzim in front and Jochen Hahn behind in 5th position. He's alongside his old mate and rival Antonio Albacete. Behind them, two of the bigger hitters in the championship, Sascha Lenz and Norbert Kisch, starting on the 4th row. Obviously, due to the reverse grid, the driver that wins the previous race starts 8th on the grid. We then have Mark Taylor, who will start 9th ahead of Stefan Fass. Both of them enjoying quite good weekends so far, so hoping that they can round it out with another solid result in the Promoters Cup. Same too for Jose Eduardo Rodriguez and Heinrich Clementeca, as Christina said, hoping for a little bit more silverware after winning the Go and Stop competition yesterday. Then we have John Newell starting in 13th position, Louis Requenco alongside him on the 7th row of the grid. And then at the back of the grid, hoping to move forward, the star that is Erwin Klein-Nagelvoort. He and his team have done such a great job here this weekend. And it's lovely to have them back with us in the championship. We really do hope to see them again more in future. So the pace truck makes its way in now then. And Jamie Anderson is going to be the one that pulls the trigger at the front of the pack ahead of Andrei Kurzim for 12 laps of the Nürburgring here in round 16 of the 2023 Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. The lights remain red for a moment. They all build up to speed. They build up the boost, hold it on the brakes, and the lights go green, and we are racing at the Nürburgring. And there's a big dart out to the left-hand side by Antonio Albacete and Heinrich Clementeca. I think somebody didn't get away at all. And look at that train of slipstream there. Lucas Hahn and Jochen Hahn down the inside towards turn 1. Norbert Kisch is making it 3 wide. He's the one on the inside in the box seat now to try and get past everybody. He has to really check up. There's going to be a bit of contact in the middle for sure. Bit of a wobble there. Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, I think, having contact with Mark Taylor, and Steffi Halm and Antonio Albacete are both off the road. They both get it stopped and manage to tuck it back in down the inside of turn 2. And Jamie Anderson now continues to lead the way. Lucas Hahn dived down the inside, actually, by Andrei Kurzim. And the Don't Touch Racing machine certainly touching the side of Lucas Hahn's truck. But Jamie Anderson has a great, great opportunity at the front of the field here. I think there was a bit more argy-bargy in the background there. The whole field's been held up. Look, Jamie's got a great, great gap. Norby tries it around the outside of Jochen Hahn. He says no. Sascha Lenz is now down the inside. Steffi Halm in there as well. Where's Antonio Albacete? That's what I'm thinking. Has he had some sort of damage and not continued? I can't see him in amongst the pack, which is a real shame. Hopefully we get him back up there soon and he does reappear, but it does look like he's had a bit of a rough opening sector. Yeah, he's not showing up, actually, even on the timing. I don't think he's completed the first sector at all, actually. Got 14 trucks showing instead of 15. That's a massive shame for T-Sport Bernau. I went and saw them just before the race earlier as well on my way through the paddock, and Tim Frost has actually signed my body instead of my face, but we couldn't we couldn't show that on camera. Anyway, Jamie Anderson leading the way. and he's got a decent gap actually over Kurzim, who's coming under pressure from Lucas Hahn, Jochen Hahn as well. And Norbert Kish, once again, just biding his time in the middle of this pack here, ready to get moving forward when the opportunity arises. Norby is such an opportunistic driver. He knows exactly when to wait and when to attack. And you'll see him try it down the inside whenever there's an opportunity. Andre Kurzim then ahead of Lucas Hahn. Jochen behind. Norby down the inside. Bit of contact between the two down into turn one. A little bit of rubbing on the exit as well. Jochen's now going to have the inside line, and he gets past his son as well, past Lucas Hahn, who really doesn't get a run out of the corner. And there's more and more contact, and Sasha Lenz tries to go around the outside. It doesn't work, and through past them all goes Steffi Halm. Steffi says, thank you very much, gentlemen. I will take that. Down into turn three, a little bit deep there by Steffi. Oh, more contact with Norby, who's got bodywork flapping around. Sasha Lenz now makes it 3 wide again. Wow, all of them really going at it in this final race of the weekend. More contact as Lucas Hahn comes back on the road. Sasha Lenz is still there. Norby tries to get past Steffi Halm. There's a bit of a push as they go into turn 5 as they all run wide. Sasha's now on the outside on the dust. Loses a place to Lucas Hahn again. Norby goes through. Steffi Halm elbowed out of the way. Stefan Fass sideways. John Newell sideways. Heinrich Clemens-Hecker in there as well. My voice isn't going to last the race if they keep this up. But wow. Fantastic start to the race. So much going on. Albacete has appeared at the timing screen on the left at the bottom, unfortunately, though. Not quite sure if he completed the lap and just came back round into the pit lane, but clearly not working there for Antonio. That's such a shame. But maybe some damage from the contact with Steffi. They were wheel to wheel, and sometimes if you do have a bit of contact from just one of the wheels, even into another or on the tyre, it can absolutely destroy the thing. Boy, it's very dicey down there in the chicane. Lucas Hahn is held up. There's contact between Jose Eduardo Rodriguez and Stefan Fass as well. Are they 3 wide? I thought they were. A little bit more argy-bargy. Stefan still trying to go down the inside. I think Lucas has got a problem. He really can't get the run out of the corners. It's a massive shame because Lucas won the second race of the weekend last year here at the Nürburgring. Look at Mark Taylor there on the left. You can see that massive white Taylor's windscreen banner. Broad daylight. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? They're side by side now just in front of him. Stefan Fass and Jose Eduardo Rodriguez. Don't think Mark's going to go for it on the brakes. I think he's going to wait for these guys to overdo it in battling with each other. But fantastic racing in the opening stages here. So much going on. Bit of contact here and there, but nothing too untoward. Heinrich Clemens-Hecker now looking down the inside of Mark Taylor. John Newell waiting to take advantage. Stefan Fass gets a lovely cutback on Jose Eduardo Rodriguez. Such a clean move. Made even more clean by the 100% renewable HVO diesel that these trucks run on. Mark Taylor getting his elbows out there with Jose Eduardo Rodriguez. Heinrich Clemens-Hecker tries it through on his left-hand side. Mark's going to now go around the outside of Jose Eduardo Rodriguez as well. John Newell tries to come through in all of this. Mark has to come back onto the circuit at some point. Now he's on the outside into turn 5. Honestly, my voice isn't going to last. I'm telling you that now. Heinrich Clemens-Hecker puts his nose back down the inside as well. Boy, this is busy stuff, and this is all in the Promoters' Cup as well. Lucas Hahn leads the Promoters' Cup drivers at the moment, but all the rest of them here, all in one massive train, trying to have a go at one another, trying to get that final Promoters' Cup podium of the weekend. Great entertainment, though, and look at the state of Norby's truck. Look at Baloo. She's injured, bless her, after lots and lots of contact. But still going on at full pace by the look of it. It's Jamie Anderson still leading the way at the moment. They've got new sponsors here this weekend of Jamie's team. They'll be really hoping to impress, and obviously. Well, Kurzim in second place, Jochen Hahn in third at the moment. Looking very, very good. As now Jochen Hahn actually tries it on Andre Kurzim, tries to go through on the right-hand side. Hard onto the brakes. And he's going to get it done nice and cleanly. I don't think Andre will fight that one too hard. I think he's just going to let him go through and keep it in. That's exactly what he would try to come through as well. it seems like we're having a slight connection issue here. The network here at the Nürburgring has suddenly had a big problem, so hopefully we can sort it out. We will continue to push on, so please accept my apologies. But right now, instead of all of this, Jamie Anderson still leading the way. Okay, and then Andrei Kurzim next up. Really, the connection issues, really, but it seems that there's gone wrong here network-wise. It's actually affecting more than just the broadcast. Hopefully, we can get it fixed. I'm not sure if you can hear me properly at all, whether my words come through, but we're trying to get it sorted. So my apologies, everybody. I can tell you that Jamie Anderson still leads the way from Hahn, Norbert Kish, Andrei Kurzim as well. On the fifth lap, he's still trying to push on. Okay, I think we're back now, everybody. It seems to be getting a little bit better, so I apologise for the connection issues. And push on. We are honestly in a massive technical issue here. I'm not quite sure what's causing it. We've tried everything we can to fix it at the moment. So, but the race lead battling is Jamie Anderson and Jochen Hahn. Jochen's trying everything here, trying in front of a home crowd. Now the inside. Through he goes. Jamie avoids the debris down at the top. Kish tries to follow him through there into second position, but it doesn't quite work for him. But Jochen Hahn gets in front and takes the race lead.
Thank you, Dina, for bringing me her microphone. I really do appreciate that. So we're watching on and seeing what can happen here, but I mean, it's all down to a technical issue at my end, so I do apologise for that. But it is Jochen Hahn now that is in the lead of the race from Norbert Kish. Jamie Anderson in third position, doing an amazing job right now and doing everything that he can do to stick with these guys, but obviously losing the lead, not an ideal scenario for him. Andrei Kurzim still holding on in fourth position. Sascha Lenz behind them in fifth place. Then Steffi Halm and Lucas Hahn continues to lead in the Promoters Cup. And then we have Stefan Fass in second place in said Promoters Cup. Jose Eduardo Rodriguez next up. Then Mark Taylor completing the top 10 right now. But Norby all over the back of Jochen Hahn, and we're not even halfway through this race yet. We're just about to start the second half of the race, though, as we head now into lap 6. A little bit of a mistake there on the exit of the chicane by Jochen Hahn. Pushes it that tiny bit too much through the exit of the corner. And Jamie Anderson really pushing on the exit of the final corner now, actually really trying it, using all of the road. Norbert Kish wiping the clean slate of the front of that truck over to the right-hand side of the circuit. He's lost a lot of bodywork there, but clearly no pace as Baloo continues to push on. Seems like the connection has actually gotten cleaner again on my side here with the connection that we run in the OB van. So hopefully you guys can still hear me correctly. But thanks again to Christina for bringing the microphone over so quickly, so we can do this old school with a handheld. But right now, Norbert Kish is trying to do this old school and overtake his old sparring partner, Jochen Hahn, for the race lead. Through turn 3 they go. Jochen keeping it nice and tidy right now. One of the main things for Jochen is that his driving style and the body language of his truck always looks so unfazed. It never looks sketchy or all over the place with Jochen. Look at that, even just subtle defending there, gradually moving to the inside line, not overdoing it. And Norbert Kish is now going to be trying everything to get through, but still quite a while left to go in this race for Jochen to defend. And he will know where Norby's strengths are around here. He'll know just how good he is out of certain corners, where he's good on the brakes, where he needs to defend, and where he doesn't necessarily need to worry about it too much. Lucas Hahn still leading the Promoters' Cup as well. It'd be great to have two of the Hahns on the podium here at Germany. Of course, on the top step of each podium as well would be really, really cool. Norbert Kish now looking down the inside into the chicane once more. Doesn't work for him this time round though. But again, look, it's all about the corner exit. Jochen Hahn pushing very hard there to make sure that he can use all of the road to sweep wide and keep up as much momentum as possible into the last corner. This is where Norby's got the run though. He's really good out of here. Great at going up through the gears quickly. Pulls over to the right-hand side again. I've mentioned this before. There's no point sitting behind the truck in front of you and absorbing all of that hot air for the sake of slipstream. You're limited to 100 miles an hour, 160 kilometers an hour. If you go over that, you will get a penalty. So there's no point sitting in the slipstream. The only thing you will be doing is heating up your engine and your truck more than your competitors in front. Jamie Anderson has stuck with these guys really well actually at the moment. He seems to have gained a little bit more time on them on the previous lap. Just looking at the lap times from the three of them, the last one was a it's not actually refreshing at my end anymore because of the connection issue we had. It was a 1:56.709 by Jochen Hahn. Norbert Kish was 0.2 of a second quicker, and apparently Jamie Anderson was actually slower than them on that previous lap by about 0.4, but certainly doesn't look like it, does it? He's right back with them once again, and he's waiting to pick up any pieces here, and whether that's pieces of Norbert Kish's truck or pieces in terms of positions with these guys battling, he will be there to pick them up, I'm sure, for their new sponsors that are here for this event. But this is great to see these two absolute superstars of the championship going head-to-head once again. 10 European championships between them, 6 Jochen Hahn and 4 Norbert Kish. Both of them combined having over 200 race wins in the championship and over 350 podium appearances. It's an amazing, amazing feat by both of them. And they're keeping it clean at the moment, as we always do here in the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. You know where I'm going with this. Of course, all of our race trucks are powered by 100% renewable HVO diesel. Into the final couple of corners though, Norby has a little bit of a look, forces Jochen to defend. Now Norby's going to try and take a late apex here and cut back on him to then fly down the start-finish straight. Doesn't get much better of a run actually, a little bit of dust kicked up there by Jochen. He's certainly pushing hard here, isn't he? He's working very, very hard to make this one work. And what I may do, if you will allow me, is certainly switch back my microphone to the previous one from before actually. I'll see whether that can work. Unless actually I think it's already picking it up. I think we've actually got both going on at the moment, so apologies if you're sort of hearing me on tunnel vision. Do let me know if you can still hear me like this, everybody. See if that one still works. I know there's a lot of people sending messages saying that the connection's gone and it's not been working, so I do apologise. But let me know if you can hear me at this moment in time, everyone. It's all okay. There are a few people who will let me know. But still, Jochen Hahn can certainly hear Norbert Kish behind him. He's all over the back of him right now, really, really putting that pressure on still is Norby. Completely relentless. Jamie Anderson. In the background.
Sure.
I don't hear it. still moving around. Jamie Anderson still waiting to see what happens here. He's just not quite able to sit right with them. Oh, and apologies. Apparently it's as if it's gone really quiet again. So bear with me, everybody. We will try and sort this out.
As it's still Jochen Hahn leading the race, and that debris now down at turn 1 has been pushed away. Jochen Hahn still managing to avoid it, but Jamie Anderson and Sascha Lenz both doing the same behind them. Lucas Hahn and Stefan Fass sitting in 6th and 7th place right now, with Jose Eduardo Rodriguez next up. And then Mark Taylor in 9th place, Heinrich Clemens Hecker in 10th position. But Norby still all over the back of Jochen. This is such a great defensive performance by Jochen. He's doing everything in his right to hold off Baloo. You can see the body language getting a little bit more frantic, though, between the two machines, can't you? As Jochen still kicks up the dust, he's trying absolutely everything. So it's basically just pure frantic racing between these two now. So the finest races there's ever been in terms of this championship. Into the chicane once more. They are absolutely glued to each other. And still more dust being kicked up by Jochen. They still continue to fight. But this is the thing, it's not like Norby's throwing it down the inside every corner and they're cutting back on each other. It's just persistent absorbing of the pressure by Jochen Hahn. Jamie Anderson is now just a couple of seconds back. Sascha Lenz is closing in too. But again, apologies for the connection issues and everything, everybody. The entire network went down here at the Nürburgring. We were barely getting anything through. And from my headset and laptop and all sorts, we had to keep refreshing everything and making sure that the feed was working. But it's Norby now trying to finally get back down the inside of Jochen Hahn. Manages to just about get alongside, but then nothing on the exit of the corner either. Still not able to make this work is Norby. But now it's getting more and more frantic. He's showing more intent to try and get through. As Jochen parks that Iveco in the perfect place every single time. Jamie Anderson now a couple of truck lengths closer to them with this battling. And Sascha Lenz could potentially get in on the picture as well. We've only got one more lap to go after this here at the Nürburgring. We are 11 laps in to this 12-lap race. The ticker on the left-hand side of the screen shows you how many laps we've completed. And Jochen only has to make it work for one more lap. Can he do it? Well, they go into the chicane once more. And is Norby going to be able to get the run out of the final corner? Jamie Anderson now really close to the back of the pair of them. You can see how much they're having to check up and back this thing up. Let's wait and see now whether Norby gets the run. This is one of the most pivotal parts of the race here as they go down the start-finish straight. Moves over to the right-hand side. There's a little bit of debris there, so he'll glide around that slightly. Make sure that he doesn't clip that. Now moves slightly over to the left. Jochen Hahn's going to place the truck in the middle of the road again to ensure that Norby doesn't go through down the inside. Or he might have done by now, we don't know. But Jamie Anderson's still sitting behind the pair of them, hoping to make something of it as they come out, but you see the whole field filtering through here. But it is Norbert Kish and Jochen Hahn still going at each other into the exit of the Mercedes arena. Norby tries to get the cutback. He's going to go right to left, then left to right. Look, he's going to brake early, try and swoop around the back of Jochen's machine, get on the power a little bit earlier, and out they go. Still down towards turn 5 with Jochen Hahn in the lead. This has been one of the greatest fights we've seen in a long, long time in the championship. Jochen defending brilliantly here at his home race at the Nürburgring in front of so many German fans that have come here to see us racing this weekend. And obviously the final race is the one that people tend to remember here at the ADAC International Truck Grand Prix. It's the one that they go away from this race meeting with the memory of as we head towards Most in a couple of weeks' time. But right now that is not on the minds of our drivers. 3 more corners to go for Jochen Hahn, then Norbert Kisch. Is he going to be able to hold on though? Is Norby going to send it one final time up the inside on the brakes? He moves all the way over to the left. I don't know whether that's an early warning signal or whether he's going to be able to get it done. He's late on the brakes, tries to back it up. But Jochen Hahn really keeps it tidy. The run out of the chicane is good from both of them. Jochen puts the truck to the inside of the road. Is Norbert Kisch going to go for the send? He pretends to, then he pretends not to. Then he tries to put his nose down the inside. He's not going to hit the back of it. And the Nürburgring is about to erupt as Jochen Hahn takes the win in round 16 of the championship. Fantastic, fantastic stuff.
Fantastic job from Chaz Drakert, our commentator. We are celebrating Jochen Hahn's first win here at the Nürburgring. Absolutely legendary. The final lap is over. They're cooling down. The fans are cheering a lot. And we are trying to get some interviews, of course, for you.
The problems have been fixed, but wow, what a race. Oh, and look at the donuts erupting in the arena from Jochen Hahn and Sascha Lenz. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Wow, there's plenty of donuts going on. Sascha Lenz really entertaining the crowd down there. What a fantastic way to celebrate the final race of the weekend, though. Hey, what an amazing, amazing thing. Great, great fun. And yet more drifting as well from Norbert Kisch. Jamie Anderson, I can hear just tyres squealing outside my window. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. There's even smoke coming in through the window now as well. It's amazing. It really is. And again, let me apologize, everybody. We're not going to make too much a deal of it, but I want to apologize for the connection issues earlier. Basically, just had to keep refreshing all of my audio equipment, headset and all sorts. Everybody doing a great job there at coming together. Thank you to Christina for bringing her microphone and getting that to work. Thank you to Nadine, who's the audio engineer that works behind the scenes so hard every week to make sure that I can sound as good as I can when I'm not ruining my voice down at the Mullenbach Schleife. But Jochen Hahn takes the win here at the Nürburgring. Such a very popular result. And Lucas Hahn, his son, wins in the Promoters' Cup, ahead of Stefan Fass, another crowd favourite here at the Nürburgring. Jose Eduardo Rodriguez completes the podium in that category. So, well, I don't really know how we can top that, to be honest with you. That was an amazing race. Great racing between Norbert Kisch and Jochen Hahn. And if you will please bear with me 1 second, I'm just going to have a quick drink before my voice gives out. But there is your race winner, Jochen Hahn, doing everything right in that race. Such a solid performance. And again, just showing his experience of all of his years and just how good he is at doing this job. Amazing on the circuit. And everybody will now peel into the pit lane and be greeted by their colleagues and fans and all sorts. Norbert Kish, he's so used to pulling into the number 1 spot there, is Norby, that he's actually gone to go in and then actually had to move over to second. I think Frank is there directing him to move over to one side again. Very entertaining stuff. Absolutely lovely. Apologies also to Christina if I couldn't hear her earlier on when she took the mic back and headed back out of the OB truck. But again, thank you for bringing the microphone over. There we go then. Jochen Hahn takes his second race win of the season. Another podium finish for him. He's had just the one actually earlier this weekend in the first race. So that means he's been on the podium 8 times so far this season. This one will mean a hell of a lot to him. He wins the overall category and his son Lucas wins the Promoters' Cup as well. Brilliant, brilliant job. There's Jamie as well. Jamie gives him a good handshake, has a good laugh with him. Jamie will be over the moon as well. I think that's his first overall podium this season. No, it's his second one actually. Jochen now goes to celebrate with the team. And a big well done to all of them at Team Hahn Racing. Posing for pictures as well. He's certainly an entertainer, is Jochen. Norby there celebrating with his team as well, over on the right-hand side of the shot. Oh, wow, what a fantastic, fantastic race. So much entertainment there. And we are going to head back down to Christina, who I believe is going to have a word with our race winner at the end of the Nürburgring weekend, Jochen Hahn, once he's done speaking to his team at least and celebrating with them.
Absolutely, Jochen Hahn, right now, fair play in between Norbert Kisch and Jochen Hahn. Congratulations, you win on home ground. I almost saw small tears in the eyes of your team. What does that mean for you, winning the final race of this weekend of the ADAC Truck Grand Prix?
Yeah, it's naturally for the team, it's fantastic, and for all visitors and for everybody. For me, it's not so the winning, the success. For me, it's before Nobby, you know. Doesn't matter which place. So from this side, okay, last race on the weekend, on the podium in the middle, on the first place, very happy.
I mean, the race had so many events. Just give us a quick insight through the main events from your perspective.
You know, the important event is Nürburgring, that's clear. But you know, I enjoy the events where there's not so much trouble. But we need a show, and we need this. This is our life, and we are proud to stay here.
What about the crucial points during this race? Where was it very, very interesting for you?
You know, the last 5 laps I must hold it. I will not say, no, I don't say it. It's in the television. I must hold him, and I must drive. Lines are not possible to hold him, and you know, I know him many years now, and I know where he will go. And on these points, I block him and say thank you when he gives me a push, and bye-bye, and we win.
And you also said thank you to all the fans.
Absolutely, yes, to everybody. You know, it's a pleasure.
Thank you very much. We're going to our small podcast edition, then entering, of course, the little minibus. Come on in.
Yes, this has very quickly become one of my favourite parts of the weekend, actually, has the the podcast episode, which is when all the drivers from the Podium and Christina head into their little media shuttle to go over there. But here you go. Amazing stuff by Jochen Hahn to take the final race win of the weekend from Norbert Kisch. An absolute thriller of a race between those two. Jamie Anderson gets a podium as well. A great weekend for him. Sascha Lenz finishes in 4th place ahead of Andre Kurzim. Lucas Hahn finishing in 6th position. Stefan Fass in 7th. Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, who completes the Promoters' Cup podium ahead of Mark Taylor and Heinrich Clemens Hecker. John Newell finishing in 11th place, Owen Klein-Nagelvort finishing in 12th, and then Louis Requenco next up in 13th position. And now they get into the media shuttle. And then Christina jumping in as well. Jamie being told to sit in the middle there with Christina to the right.
No problem, no problem.
Nobby's hopping into the back.
Yes. Thank you very much, guys, because we already talked to Jochen Hahn, so right now it's the time to talk to Jamie Anderson. Thank you very much for switching the seats, guys. So, Jamie, you've got your feet there really in a relaxed position right now. This is it. You've done it. It's, you're on the podium for the final race.
Yeah, you know, it was a good race, and I think it was good to see it for the fans and the spectators. You know, a lot of action in that last race, which is always good to close the weekend. And, you know, from my side, everything was fair. A lot of debris on the track, and, you know, Jochen made a great move into turn one. So, you know, for me, everything was clear, and it was good to see Jochen and Norby fight on the last few races round. You know, it was good, and watching them, and, you know, Norby was everywhere, and it was good to sit back and watch that.
Absolutely, but you stayed out of trouble.
Yeah, definitely. You know, that was the aim of the race, and that's what we wanted to do. The weekend's not been the best for us, but you know, it is what it is, and we go from there. Other than that, we had a good race on the last race, and we closed the weekend on high.
Absolutely, close the weekend on high, and for all the fans it is on high, because you were showing off right now with the trucks, because, you know, we've got the summer break, we could fix everything right now. How did you enjoy the couple of rounds and maybe the turns and spins around?
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's all of us, we all like putting the show on for the fans. You know, without them we wouldn't be here, and without us they wouldn't be here. So, you know, it's a mixture between both sides of it, and it's just a good thing for them to show how nimble the trucks are, and how, you know, easy or difficult it is to slide them. So, you know, it's another thing we give back to them to see that they have fun.
Absolutely. So what are you looking for the next racing events?
We go back to England now, and we do Donington in the Park, which is a big English round, convoy in the park. And then we get prepared ready for Most at the end of August. So, you know, for us is a good thing, a very local event for us, and hopefully we haven't raced in England, I think, now for 3 years. So it would be good for a lot of local spectators and a lot of local followers we have, and it will be good from there.
Absolutely. So right now we are ahead of the podium. We're going to open the door, and I need to, of course, make some space. First of all, for Norbert Kirsch, because he's here in the back. Thank you very much. And the guys are up to podium.
Fantastic reception there as they exit the vehicle out towards the podium then. They'll head round and have a look at what the fans have for them. But let's have a look at the highlights then of an absolute belter of a race there. Really entertaining stuff. Unfortunately, though, Steffi dropped off the timing towards the end there, and apologies for all the connection issues and everything. I forgot to sort of notice that, so my apologies. Still, a great positive way to complete what has been a great positive weekend here at the Nürburgring. Jamie Anderson and Andre Curzim on the front row. A bit of argy-bargy between Antonio Albacete and Steffi Halm as well, actually, which may have contributed to Steffi's retirement in the end. Norbert Kish and Jochen Hahn pushing through the field together. Bodywork all over the place from Norby's truck. But still great battles even in the Promoters' Cup a bit further down. So many of them getting their elbows out and trying everything they could to gain extra positions. Jochen Hahn and Norbert Kish both made their way past Andre Curzim, then past Jamie Anderson to the front of the field, and the battle begun. It was amazing stuff to watch. Both of them absolutely going at it through pretty much 60% of the race, with everybody in behind trying to gain their own positions. But a great win for Jochen Hahn overall, and Lucas Hahn in the Promoters' Cup. But we're going to go back down to the podium now, and then we will speak to Christina and see what we can find out about the proceedings going on down there.
Chaz, great. I'm David here with Norbert Kirsch. So you wanted to talk to me. Of course, we always want to talk to you again. Yes, I know it's been a difficult race for you, wasn't it? What was the difficulties?
Yeah, you know, I congratulate Johan first of all, because he did a good race, and he was fair, and I think we had a good fight in the last 5 laps. But before that, what his teammates done, Lucas and Steffi, to me, that was not fair. You know, I understand that it's their home race and Iveco, and I understand everything. But to block me and stop in front of me on an acceleration, to let Johan pass and force me off the circuit, that's not fair. You know. So what you could see here is it was a little bit too much of a team game, you know, with contact, you know, against me. But okay, I made it through and came out on second place, which is, you know, it's very nice. It's very nice because we had a good weekend. 3 victories and the podium and 59 points, you know, so it's very good for the championship. So I'm very happy for the team and the guys because they did a good job. I am just not happy when they try to push me out of the circuit and block me and things like that, because that's not fair.
I hope that nobody does this on purpose, because it's the reverse grid and obviously there's not much space and everyone wants to finish maybe the race with all body parts there, but you lost a lot.
You know, Lucas says that he missed the gear. But, you know, you miss the gear exactly when your father can come and overtake both of us. Of course, yes, I will believe that. No.
Thank you very much, Norbert Kisch. I think there's, of course, a bit of steam coming off right now, but this is racing also, and we go celebrating right now with you on the podium. And he needed to tell us that, and that's absolutely respectable. So off to podium, Chaz. We do enjoy that right now.
Yeah, we'll get the champagne out and everybody will be absolutely fine. The trophies will be given out to the drivers and it'll be a positive way to round out the weekend. Another very, very busy race that was. Like I say, the battles at the beginning and the front of the pack were fantastic to watch. Jamie Anderson makes his way up to the podium. Norby makes his way up. Directed up there, of course, by Dominic, who never stops working. Handshake there from Norby to Jamie. Norby so used to getting in first place. Jochen Hahn takes the race victory, and that is going to be a very, very popular result amongst all of the fans here at the Nürburgring. Jochen, such a character, such an entertainer, and a very well-deserved win.
Mr. Jörg Hennig from Germany.
And Jörg Hennig is about to present the trophies, and it is indeed his birthday. Jörg Hennig, he's an absolute superstar from the ADAC. Jamie gets some silverware to take home for the weekend. Norbert Kisch, almost a perfect weekend. 3 race wins and a second position. And listen to the chants and the screams for Jochen Hahn.
And now we have the national anthem from Germany.
Oh wow, they really changed the national anthem. Never knew that national anthems could be so modernized.
This is the overall podium. Jamie Anderson finished third. Nobby Kish finished second. And the race winner...
There we go then. Top 3 overall in the final race of the weekend here at the ADAC International Truck Grand Prix. Jochen Hahn, Norbert Kisch and Jamie Anderson, and they celebrate on the podium together. And there will be plenty of champagne sprayed in just a moment, I bet. And now they change the caps, as is tradition.
Race 4 at the Nürburgring European Truck Racing Championship. And now for you.
And now, the champagne, of course. Norby and Jochen soak each other. Jamie gets involved as well. Great fun, great fun. And you can see that even despite, you know, despite what Norby said a moment ago, still enjoying the festivities and getting on with it. Look at Jochen, he's such a boss, isn't he? This is the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship, everybody. Not just the champagne spraying, obviously, but just great camaraderie between the drivers, regardless of what goes on the circuit. They all do really get on, honestly. It's so great. Norbert Kisch leads the championship then, 209 points to Jochen Hahn's 155. Sascha Lenz in third place on 144, with Antonio Albacete in fourth position on 131. Then it's Andrei Kurzim ahead of Steffi Halm. Jamie Anderson is now in seventh place. He's ahead of Jose Eduardo Rodriguez. Stefan Fass and Lucas Hahn completes the top 10 positions. Mark Taylor is in 11th spot with John Newell in 12th, Heinrich Clemens Hecker, Jonathan Andre, Louis Rikwenko, and Erwin Klein-Nagelvoort completing the standings.
Ladies and gentlemen, finish.
And we head back down to the podium because we've got the top 3 now in the Promoters Cup. Jose Eduardo Rodriguez next up. Stefan Fass finishing in 2nd place. Great job from him. And Lucas Hahn takes the win, a very popular one. Like I say, father and son winning their own categories in the final race of the weekend is really, really good to see. Very heartwarming stuff. And then the trophy's given out to Jose Eduardo Rodriguez and Stefan Fass. And then Lucas Hahn gets the biggest trophy of all for his excellent, excellent weekend. He's had 3 race wins in the category and a 2nd place. And there you go, the national anthem of Germany for Lucas Hahn. And now the guys will pose for pictures on the top step together.
Now it's time to present the trophies.
And in a moment they will potentially change the caps. I'm not sure if any of these guys have actually got all these here. Got the other caps with them, I should say. Yep, straight to champagne. Lucas Hahn straight on it. Look at that. Fantastic. Stefan Fass is having trouble getting the bottle open, but I assume, yeah, he's going to get drenched. And so is Lucas when Stefan finally gets that bottle open, I can tell you. There you go. Look at this. Brilliant. Great entertainment on track and off track from these guys. Some of the young guns doing very, very well in the Promoters Cup. And let's have a look at the standings with those, shall we? Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, 181 points now to Stefan Fass's 168. Stefan's had a good weekend, actually. He's taken some decent points out of Jose this time round. Mark Taylor going really strongly in 3rd position on 137 points. Lucas Hahn moves all the way up into 4th, 4 points clear of John Newell, with Louis Rikwenko in 6th position. Then we have Heinrich Clemens Hecker in 7th, Jonathan Andre in 8th place, and Erwin Klein-Nagelvoort rounding out the Promoters Cup field in 9th position. As you see, the grid and the circuit is all prepared for the next of the events that will be going on here during the day at the ADAC Truck Grand Prix. But that is going to be all from us in terms of the racing for this weekend. It's been a very, very exciting time. I'm sure you'll all agree. One of the best things that we get to see throughout our whole season is this weekend. A hell of a lot of fun to get involved with. And obviously great racing as well. You know, the paddock's always busy. Everything's always busy around here. And I really, really do enjoy what these drivers and all of the teams get up to. It's great to be a part of it. Like I say, I get involved. I embrace the fun of it because, well, if you don't enjoy, as soon as you stop enjoying what you do, then you stop doing it. That's basically something similar to what Tony Eden told me earlier today anyway. Now, these are the young stars of the championship, Jose Eduardo Rodriguez and Lucas Hahn. This is a new award for this season, so drivers under a certain age have their own category to promote young blood in the championship. As a tip of the cap from Jörg Hennig, as he gives Lucas Hahn the trophy, and he holds it aloft, very, very pleased to be the young star here of the ADAC Truck Grand Prix.
European Young Driver Podium.
Selfies for Jochen, trophies for Lucas, and a great weekend if you're part of the Hahn family, that's for sure, and part of the team. Jose Eduardo Rodriguez takes more silverware away with him as well. He's certainly having a very successful season, leads the Promoters' Cup at the halfway point of the championship, and more champagne for these boys. And I imagine Lucas is going to soak the crowd here. Now he's got the second opportunity. He's certainly eyeing somebody up in the crowd to go and soak. Let's see what he does with this, shall we? Now he's going to remain on the podium. Or is he? Oh, I don't know. Still very well done. And great to see the guys get the recognition they deserve for their fantastic driving. Of course, the young stars in the championship, always something to be well promoted here in the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. See all of the media and everybody down there. They're going to do the team's podium in just a moment. But that may be, in terms of our live stream anyway, the end of the festivities there. We're going to go back now, though, to speak to Stefan Fass, who has caught up with Lena.
And who is smelling fantastically, awesomely fine. But this is also the smell of success, I would say. So congratulations to you again. It really seems like you're aiming for #1 in the Promoters' Cup finally.
Yeah, I hope so. Im letzten Rennen habe ich gesehen, dass ich immer weiter nach vorne komme. Und dann habe ich natürlich die Nase schon am richtigen gehabt, ja.
So he felt already the smell of what it's like to be first place. So it also pushed him a little more. It encouraged him to be faster. So is this something you will take with you to the next races, that feeling?
Ja, ich würde es gerne mitnehmen. Und ich freue mich auch brutal. Wir haben ein richtig geiles Wochenende gehabt hier am Nürburgring mit vielen Fans. Und das Feeling nehmen wir natürlich jetzt mit. Jetzt kommt ja erstmal die Sommerpause und direkt nach der Sommerpause nach Most. Und da geben wir auch wieder alles.
So he tries to take the feeling along, of course. Now there's the summer break, but then afterwards he wants to kick ass again. Sorry for this, but this is how you more than less can describe it. Is there any of the racetracks, Zolder, Most, Le Mans, any of the racetracks that you really love?
Yes, Zolder. Zolder, I love it. It's my course. Yeah.
Okay, so we will see more trophies on your shelf, pretty sure. Thank you so much for taking the time, and don't take a shower, it smells too good.
Ja, danke.
Okay, see you later. Dankeschön. So, Chas, back to you.
Sehr, sehr schönes Wochenende.
Thank you very much, Lena. And yes, the smell of champagne, usually when you're around a podium, is almost overwhelming. It's very, very strong. Just wanted to say a quick thank you to everybody for watching this weekend. I've absolutely loved being a part of the International ADAC Truck Grand Prix and, of course, the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship once again. I will see you again in a couple of weeks' time after the summer break, everybody. And from me, Chas Draycott, I will see you very soon, and hand down to Christina for some final words.
Thank you very much, Chas Draycott. It's been a ride. Thank you for your good and hard work throughout this weekend. Good and hard work, that's the theme. Talking to Lucas Hahn. Congratulations, the young drivers category. You've got awarded for every race weekend, and at the end of the season, there's going to be the big trophy. But the trophy was huge, so how does this award boost all the young drivers?
Yeah, it means a lot, you know. We work hard for it because Rodriguez is also a good driver and he's also fast, and yeah, that's why I always need to look that I'm in front of him, and maybe at the end I'm the young star driver.
This is the youngest driver, as you called it, and it's a new category right now in the cosmos of the Goodyear FIA ETRC, and it's absolutely spectacular because it motivates you young drivers. How do you tell everybody else that they should enter right now the competition?
Yeah, I can just say come in. I think there are a lot of also young drivers, maybe also, or they are in other championship and maybe they are interested or they want to come to this championship because it's an official FIA championship, and if you win in the end, you are a young star driver, you know.
That sounds absolutely spectacular. So let's talk about the race, of course. There's been a bit of argy-bargy going around, and Norbert Kisch talked to me later on, and he said that you teamed up with Steffi Hahn, and that's just to try to kick him out just because you saw your father back there could overtake. What do you say to that?
Yeah. At the start I have some struggles, but the start was good. So I was in the front, and then I have some problems with my shifter because it's broken, and it was in this situation where Nobby and Jochen was behind me, because I also don't want to give somebody the position. And yeah, if my father is behind me, I also want to stay in front of him, so as far as I can. But in the end, yeah, Norby was behind me, and I didn't get the gear in, and yeah, then he was like touching me and like breaking down, and yeah, for him it's not so happy, but in the end, Jochen have a win and I have a win in the Promoters Cup, and we are really happy here in Germany at the Nürburgring.
But you could understand that he's maybe, because it's the incidents of you, all Iveco drivers, of course, very, very close friends and family, of course, that you might think about it.
Yeah, but in the end we are driving races, it's not like something else. Sometimes you have some little touches.
Okay, we will sort it out right now. Maybe you show the broken gear shift to Norby. Thank you very much, Lucas Hahn. Enjoy the weekend here, because it's your hometown and you've seen a lot of fans here right now. What are the plans for today? I know you need to pack up soon, but a couple of more minutes left on this day.
Yeah, now we want to celebrate it a little bit. We also need to pack everything, but I think today we can celebrate it a little bit. And yeah, we are really happy at our hometown here.
Thank you very much, Lucas Hahn. Thank you. Have a good day. And Lena, we do celebrate also. Maybe we keep you in the middle here for a final picture. If you want to leave right now, you can. Lena, it was spectacular throughout the whole festival. We had so much fun. Not only the Mühlbachschleife, the great new motto, like the moment is now. That's it. The moment is now. It's so important to be back here at the Nürburgring. How did you enjoy that?
Well, I absolutely love the atmosphere, the excitement of all the fans when it comes towards truck racing. For me personally, it's been my first track race ever, so I really can't wait to be back in Most then after the summer break. And it's also nice to see some young people kicking ass, and it's the next generation of racing, and it's really amazing that there's a next generation, because it's super important.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the small summer break. You can follow us on Instagram, absolutely. And we're going to provide you with the highlights of this spectacular, fabulous weekend, 4th round of the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. Mid-time is over, but there's still a lot of more to come. Thank you very much for joining us, and see you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.